think it's this, right? Yeah. Episode number 2.
If that's your winning face, I'd hate to see you lose.
We underestimated the Constant.
Yeah, he's a glorified desk clerk.
He's not just after the money. He wants it all.
We caught him once, we can do it again. And, well, we're not the ones who let him escape.
You still don't trust her.
I don't like executive decision makers. Look, you don't have to follow her, you know? Soon, this will be over. Maybe it's time to think about the future. You have to face the possibility that there's no going back.
Oh shit.
If the ICA knows what you did,
She'll make it right. She always does.
we have a fix on Carlisle. Come on. We've got a plane to catch. I hope you like the rain, 47.
Yeah, bro. I love the rain.
Miss Burnwood,
How did you...
I have everyone's number. You really ought to know by now.
You planned this? All of it?
Don't be silly. I just played the hand I was dealt.
We'll find you.
You had me. Where'd that get you?
We handed you an empire.
It's for the best. The partners were complacent, set in their ways. But power is more than just security. Providence can be an agent of change. Surely you understand. Or you will. Soon enough.
Yeah. Oh, cinematic. Got you. End of the line.
She came home.
Carlisle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlisle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlisle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlisle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence.
True.
Carlisle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlisle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlisle keeps a case file on the Constant. Information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Happy hunting, boys. So, briefing death the family, then I need to kill her, then I need to find the case file. That'd be looking clean. Let's go for the black. Wait, didn't I already watch this? Yeah, I did. Ugh. Any method, any disguise. Let's do it.
Thornbridge Manor. The Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Wish I had a sniper right now. Right, we're doing this again. Oh, not again. I need to get to the bit that I thingied last time. I'll get to the bit where I got last night and then thinking that way. Continue from there. He goes in here. Alright, I'll wait until he comes this way now. Because for some reason he comes and checks this. No apparent reason, but there's nothing here. Apart from that gun glasses, which is nuts, you know. Yeah, he's now coming this way, so I need to knock him out pretty much. Dump him in here. Nice. Go meet the madame herself. Dude.
Mr. Whitmer, thank you for coming on such short notice. A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
Yes,
In my
madam.
experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
Birdsby.
Fernsby, the butler. Madam Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible.
How are you going, bro?
Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've traveled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir.
Chop chop, Mr. Fernsby, bro. Yeet him on the stairs. Yeet.
I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow.
Do 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 do.
This morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all.
What's up, bro? That UMP though. Look at it.
By the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be
Need to go to the left-hand side, I believe.
that Madame Carlyle is still
consider her dead when I leave.
360. 360.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you.
Shoot it from here. Pop.
The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother.
What's up, bros?
He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside.
Right.
And a suicide.
Damn it, man. I still need to follow Mr. Burnsby.
Not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room.
Thank you.
To my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47.
Laptop.
Zachary was shopping for New Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would
I'm
expect
actually
from
gonna steal
someone
this knife
suicidal.
real quick. Research over here. That's a big ass mirror. That's an Instagram mirror right there, bro.
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside.
Ah, there we go. That's the thing. 5 out of 6.
Photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor.
There we go.
Zachary's
Here it
suicide
is somewhere.
note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish
Mr. Butler.
authenticity.
Where do I go?
I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Hey, Butler.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
That means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material. That
Probably
I
watching
prepared.
porn.
It's a list of the possible suspects.
I don't know why I made that. I'm sorry.
Hopefully it will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to...
Not yet.
Man, I need to ask people, bro.
Just keep calm.
So how
I
does
forgot where
one
to go.
solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe.
Popping
May
from
I
the ceiling.
suggest
Then.
you ask the suspects for alibis?
Oi, lads.
Perhaps you prefer searching the manor for clues first.
Oh, I didn't go out that bit last time.
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were?
Gregory.
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi?
Shit name, but you know.
Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward.
British people,
I wish
let's
I
go.
could quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Anything else you want to pry?
Tell me about Zachary.
Tell me about him, bruv.
Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Is
True.
that all?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
What about you, bro?
Can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not
Hold
a
up.
suspect.
Social distancing and that.
For everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Anything else you...
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Is that all?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Nice. You're done. I need to speak to this person over here. Patrick Child. How do I get to him then? Oi, Emma. Didn't do anything, bro. Didn't touch you. Fuck off. There we go.
Excuse me, can you get out of my face, please?
Damn, British people are rude.
Something's off. Pruitt got word his motion was rejected. We all signed the bloody thing 4 days ago.
Oh, she's gonna on her phone, isn't she?
The officer.
Bam, I need to talk to you.
But then, how can it be withdrawn?
How are you busy, bruv?
Rebecca Carl.
There we go. Jesus.
Can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward.
I just shut the doors on her.
I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room. And went straight
Yeah,
to
again,
bed.
probably watching porn.
I don't know
Lol.
about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler,
She is snitch.
leave Zachary's room.
Calling out a name.
And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
Ooh. Hey, hello you. Oi, bitch.
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor.
Bez.
My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. If that's all?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants
That's mad.
and the staff are all anything else I can do to help?
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have strong opinion on it afterwards.
So we got Patrick. We need to find Patrick, bro. Where the fuck is Patrick at? Wait, can we move? Oh, we can. What's over here then?
You always led by example rather than by word.
I need to look at that. What's here? Anybody know where Patrick is? Hey, there he is.
Patrick Carlisle. Can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out.
No, Rose did.
Give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell me.
The fuck you putting on the
She's
floor?
really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the
She's
fuck
the one that rattled you out, bro.
entire weekend in this shithole. I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine
Bam, that's
someone
your own family member, bro.
You know, Father says Zachary and Alexei used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy Joe's looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry.
When he
about
married Mummy.
history in these circles. So,
Did you see anything?
Bro, you're old enough to say mum, bro. Jesus.
I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
If you're snitching someone, then that means you've done it, bro. Where the fuck the butler at?
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlisle?
No, not yet.
What do you mean? So close.
Did you show up? But you're not here to kill me. If you were, you would have already. The enemy of my enemy, I suppose.
Oh, that's why they saw me, got you.
You earned it. The file you want is in the safe. Good hunting.
Can you move them, please?
I need some privacy. Thank you.
I just want to leave this way.
Good work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame Carlisle. Mission complete. Well done, 47.
I don't know about you, but I feel alive. Fucking adrenaline rush. Let's call it off for now, guys.
There we go.
They're everywhere. Go, get out! It's the Constantine. Shit!
Come on. Let's go. There we go. Jeez! Holy shit! Damn! I could have done so much more, bro. There we go. There we got one.